we got to quickly react to Dan Orlovsky on First Take this morning, talking about the 5 quarterbacks in the NFL this year with the most to prove. And here's his list, which I provided in the Discord. At 5, number 5, Anthony Richardson of the I almost said Baltimore, Indianapolis Colts. Look at me, the Baltimore Colts, sure. Indianapolis Colts. Although I think he's got some shoulder issues. I don't know if he's on the.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in camp currently, but someone let me know in the chat. At number 4, Bryce Young of the Carolina Panthers. Number 3, J.J. McCarthy, no relation. Minnesota Vikings. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And number 1, Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears. It's a fascinating list.
Yes.
It's not like Mike Tannenbaum's top 5 NFC quarterbacks, which, by the way, our video's blowing up, especially in the comments section.
Oh, boy.
And all you Jordan Love stands, all you Jordan lovers, you guys need to back up a bit, man. We're still getting comments.
Hey, and Will Apollo, if he comes out and lights it up, I'll be the first. I will issue another public apology to him.
If he wins the Super Bowl or if he either guides the Packers to the Super Bowl or wins the Super Bowl this season, we're going to say we're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, he's not on our list. Sorry, not sorry. But anyway, let's talk about this list, Dustin. Is Dan Orlovsky right, or are there other quarterbacks you see on this list?
You know, I'm looking at this list, and I really feel like he got it pretty right, in my opinion, on this list. About the only thing that I would do is he has Caleb Williams at number 1. I would put Trevor Lawrence at number 1 because Trevor Lawrence has had more time in the league. Caleb Williams, you could still argue he's very young, and he's still like. If he continues to improve, yes, the Bears have put everything on to Caleb Williams. Everything they tried to do, they ran Justin Fields out of town so they could draft Caleb Williams. They telegraphed that they wanted Caleb Williams from the jump. He was touted as a can't miss quarterback. But who else was touted as perhaps the greatest quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck, Ryan? Who else was touted as a franchise savior? And I would put that, and he got the pass. He got the pass because his first year under Urban Meyer, I have lit Urban Meyer up for the way that he handled his year in Jacksonville. Nobody could have succeeded under those conditions. And so Trevor gets a pass for that. But with the exception of that second season where he had Doug Peterson running the helm there, Trevor Lawrence has regressed, and it's not for lack of talent in Jacksonville. They have tried to surround him with some players, and he just hasn't been able to put it on. Now, I think this list is pretty well dead on. I wonder if you have any additions, Ryan. Caleb, I give a little bit of a longer leash because he's still younger, and as long as he continues to improve, I think he buys himself some time. But he also has a lot of pressure on him.
Well, you know who's going to be coaching Trevor Lawrence this season in Jacksonville, don't you? Duval.
Oh, man.
The douche chills every time I hear that.
So bad.
I would say this list is pretty accurate, but I have a couple of caveats.
Okay.
Anthony Richardson should not be on that list because we don't know if he's going to be the starting quarterback in Indianapolis just
Daniel
yet.
Jones is pushing him, Ryan.
Indiana Jones, baby! Let's go!
That has to happen. If he doesn't come out with a whip and a hat his first game, what are we doing?
And he should come out to that music too. All right, I'll stop because I don't want a copyright strike. I would say Caleb Williams, I would put him lower on the list. Only because it's his second season. He's under he's got a new quarterback. He's got a new coach. So he's got to learn a brand new system with Ben Johnson. By the way, don't mention Ben Johnson to Julie from Michigan. She will just no because he went to Chicago. J.J. McCarthy, I wouldn't quite have on this list because it's going to be his first full season. He's got Kevin O'Connell as his quarterback whisperer. I think if he sat down if he was a student, I know he's a student of the game. If you're injured for the entire season, and you're just going to observe what Sam Darnold did with Kevin O'Connell last year, so I wouldn't have him on the list because I don't think he has that much to prove, considering he's got one of the best receivers in football.
Yeah,
Jordan Jefferson as your primary target. And you also got Jordan Addison. Oh, I'm sorry. Jordan Addison is out for the first 3 games because he violated the National Football League's PED policy today.
Oh, jeez.
Oops. But he's got he's got a talented receiving core, and he's got TJ Hawkinson as a tight end.
Great tight end, yeah.
Fantastic tight end. So I don't think he's got a whole lot to prove. I think he'll struggle at the onset, but I don't think he has a lot to prove, especially in that. But it's going to be a very good division this year, the NFC North.
I would argue, I think the only reason he might be on the list is you could make the argument. You could say, if he doesn't go out and perform, there's going to be Vikings fans that would be like, oh, we could have just hung on to Sam Darnold. We could have just hung on to Sam Darnold. But I think that says more about how the Vikings felt about Sam Darnold's performance in those final 2 games.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the biggest question in Seattle. I mean, for this season is the play of Sam Darnold. So time will tell.
Yeah. I would remove Anthony Richardson. I would remove J.J. McCarthy and Caleb Williams. I would keep Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Young. Trevor Lawrence, 3rd head coach, but he's got an offensive mind like Liam Cohen, who did a lot of good things in Tampa Bay. Bryce Young absolutely definitely has a lot to prove this year because of the way he ended his 2024 season.
Mm-hmm.
That Atlanta game, that shootout, in the final game of the season with them was incredible. And I think he's going to build on that this season. I think we're going to see a lot. I think Carolina might be one of those very, 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 very dark horse teams. Maybe it's foreshadowing for our NFL preview, September 3rd, by the way, our NFL preview. I would add to this list. I would actually remove 3. I would remove Caleb Williams. I would remove J.J. McCarthy. I would remove Anthony Richardson.
Okay.
I would add Sam Darnold.
All right.
Because I want to see what he does in Seattle. I want to see if last season was a fluke in Minnesota. So he's got a lot to prove. I would add, and let me get the button here. Homer alert.
Oh, okay.
I would add Justin Fields to that list. And actually, that 21, I guess I've said it last couple episodes, that 2021 NFL quarterback draft class, the first round, that's a study. That needs to be studied in full detail. Because Zach Wilson is currently the number 3 quarterback in Miami. Good Lord.
Yeah.
So Sam Darnold, Justin Fields. I think this is going to shock a lot of people, especially because of my hatred for this team. Drake May in New England. He's got Stephon Diggs as his primary receiver. He's got a new coach with Mike Vrabel, who's going to keep him disciplined. Demario Douglas, I guess, is a pretty steady guy. Is a really solid receiver. I think he was one of their draft picks this year, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, he was a draft pick two years ago, but he's going to be his number 2 receiver. And Hunter Henry's not a terrible tight end.
Yeah,
he's got Ramondre Stevenson. He's got to get the hand off to Ramondre Stevenson. So I think he's got a lot to prove this year. There's 2 AFC East quarterbacks who have a lot to prove this year. So Justin Fields, again, I think he didn't get coached up. He definitely did not get coached up in Chicago. No. They ran him out of town. Then goes to Pittsburgh, leads the Steelers to a 4-2 record, and gets sat down by Mike Tomlin because Russell Wilson was healthy again. And Russell Wilson only won almost as many games, actually just one game more than Justin Fields the rest of the season, and they got absolutely slapped around in the playoffs in the wild card against Baltimore. So my list is Trevor Lawrence. This is not in any particular order.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, Drake May. Honorable mention, C.J. Stroud.
Okay, yeah, because of his sophomore slump he had. There's no
Yes.
denying.
Well, I mean, part of the reason why he had that sophomore slump is because Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs had season-ending injuries, and they ran a lot more because they had Joe Mixon in their backfield. And don't forget, the Texans beat the Chargers in the wild card round, and they almost had the Chiefs on the ropes in the divisional.
They did. I mean, you're right. You're right. They rallied, and I would say the defense overall underperformed compared to where they were the previous season with DeMeco Ryans. So there's multiple factors, but yes, CJ's play dropped off a little bit, but those are all good reasons. And I struggled with this because some people I felt like were playing with house money, but it also breed like I would make a case. Does Bo Nix need to go on this list because he needs to live up to what he did as a rookie, and now people have expectations? Does he? Yeah. But I don't think he needs to. That's where I struggle. Or I was almost going to say Michael Penix because of the way Michael Penix wrapped up the season and the fact that the Falcons jettisoned Kirk Cousins, and now there's no backup option if Michael Penix fails there. So I mean, I don't know. You can make a lot of arguments, but I feel like Michael Penix bought himself time. That's what he did with that play.
I think Michael Penix's sample size is too small.
Yeah,
that's my humble opinion.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's just my humble opinion. Who was the other quarterback you said you might have another?
Bo Nix, because of what he did last year.
Yeah.
So now people are actually expecting things from Bo Nix.
That's true. And I shared in our Discord what I thought were Mike Tannenbaum's top 5 AFC quarterbacks, but that was based off a Google search, and Google AI wasn't really entirely reliable.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he actually revealed them, but anywho, we're going to move on to our last segment of this show, which is actually, I got a couple comments in the comments section.
Yeah.
Sick mentioned that the World Cup will be hosted next year by the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Yes, I thought I said 2026, and I know it was the 3 nations hosting it. I think U.S. is hosting the Cup final. Kevin said I was correct. The wild card would have been used in '94 if not for the strike. I was right. And he also says Dak needs to be on this list. Dak needs a running game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually saw in a New York Jets Discord this afternoon that I think some writer had a trade proposal of Breece Hall, Jermaine Johnson, and the next 2 Jets first round draft picks for Micah Parsons.
Wow.
No. And your uncle out saying never get rid of Dak.
Well, that's the thing, Kevin. I agree with what you're saying on premise, is that Dak's got a lot. He's got pressure on him because of the money that he commands. But I think most people don't think of him because they already don't think he's worth that money. They already that we know what Dak is. We know what in a lot of our minds. I think we know what his ceiling is. He's going to have a 13-3 regular season and flame out in the playoffs.
Yeah, or they make the wild card and get beat out in a very tight game against a division winner that finished just above 500.